Just going to throw in the end zone. His catch is made by Lamb, but he's short! The Eagles will win it!
In a battle that would have given the Dallas Cowboys their first marquee win of the 2023 season, the Cowboys come up short, falling 28-23 in Philadelphia on the road. It's the Cowboys' fourth loss in 5 trips to Philly. Welcome to Cowboys Flashback. I'm Nicole Hutchison. A game of inches, a game of details. Every possession mattered. The Cowboys had chances, took a 17-14 lead at half, had all the momentum going their way, but Philly's second half adjustments helped them build an 11-point lead. They got creative in the run game, got Devontae Smith involved, more scoring, 14 unanswered points. The Cowboys having a stretch of penalties didn't help either, but the fight was there. The resiliency was there. Cowboys put together a 5-play, 52-yard drive in the fourth quarter, capped off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown to cut the lead to 5. Defense got Philly's offense off the field when they needed to down the stretch, gave this Cowboys offense some life. Under a minute left, they managed to get the ball inside the Eagles' 15. 247 net yards on the Cowboys' final 4 drives and only scoring 6 points. Missed opportunities led to this loss. Mike McCarthy with a few words post-game.
You know, stating the obvious, it's a game of inches, and we came up, an inch or two short on a couple plays. But love the way our team plays. I love our play style. Give the Eagles credit. It's a great home environment here. I have a lot of appreciation for Jeff Lurie and what they've done here. So love to come here and compete, and we knew this was the kind of game it was going to be. And, like I said, we came up short. So that's why we work the way we work, and that's what we'll do. We'll get back to work. So a lot of football left to be played, but we had our opportunities, and we were in position to win the game. No, we had chances to win that game. I don't really think we were fighting back. I mean, we had the lead in the first half. We had that stretch of penalties there. I mean, it's the ebb and flow of a football game. I mean, that's the way these games go. I mean, they're a very good team. We feel great about our team, and we need to learn from these mistakes, because that's what these games come down to. I mean, it's and you get into these type of games, and even more so, if you get into playoff football, it's you have to make one more play in the other team. And that's what this game was tonight. We needed to make one more play.
We're going to win. I mean, at no point in my mind throughout that game did I think anything different. Obviously, it sucked in the first possession, or that second to last possession, not converting that fourth down, but having tons of trust in our defense. They go out there and they do what they need to do, get us the ball back, and with under a minute left, still got trust that we're going to go out there and we're going to trust and faith just in our guys and with the work that we've put in, that we're going to get it done. And yeah, we got close. We got close. We're doing things the right way. We just got an inch here, an inch there, make that difference, and we'll find a way to gain that.
Just a little too late down the stretch for the Cowboys, now falling to 5-3 in the season. But when we come back, a few players made plays when it mattered most. Savannah Humoller joins the show to break down impactful players from Sunday. We'll be right back.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
It was tight from the kickoff to the final whistle, but the Cowboys fall in Week 9, 28-23 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Lincoln Financial Field. I'm joined by Savannah Humoller to talk about who stood out to her the most in this game. Of course, you got to start with this offense, though, right? Dak Prescott playing lights out. CeeDee Lamb, of course, doing CeeDee Lamb things, making plays when he needs to. Jake Fergie getting Fergie. Sorry, I had to just come up with that. I don't know what I was trying to do. But anyways, no, you saw a lot of good things from this Cowboys offense. Who stood out to you the most?
It was honestly just a dogfight the entire game up until the very last second. And it was a battle in Philadelphia for a game of inches, and quite literally for one player. A hard-fought fight from my offensive player of the game from Week 9, Dak Prescott, a season-high 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. Prescott was 29 of 44 on pass attempts.
Quick throw. Ferguson is in. Touchdown, Dallas. 3rd and goal. Prescott looks, pumps, throws. It is caught for the touchdown by Turpin.
This game marked Prescott's 32nd career game with 3 or more touchdowns, making him second in Cowboys history to Tony Romo. Dak is planning on moving forward. He said a lot of good things came out of this game despite the loss. The Cowboys are playing at the level they want to play on. And on to my defensive player of the game, Micah Parsons, a 1.5 sack game against the Eagles. Take a look.
Fake to him here. Time for Hurts. Now can't find anyone, and he's swallowed up whole. Fake the blitz. Hurts in trouble again, and Micah Parsons is going to wrap him up for a big sack.
Parsons has 11 career multi-sack games, which is the most by any Cowboys player in their first 3 seasons. He's now had 3 consecutive games with at least 1 sack. And now it's going to be really important for the boys to reset this week. I mean, we have another divisional game coming up against the New York Giants, so we're just going to see how it all plays out this Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to see how it plays off. But I want to ask you something really quickly. You saw Jalen Tolbert get involved, show what kind of weapon he can be. I know coming into that game, he had 7 receptions for 71 yards before week 9, but now 3 catches for 49 yards. How much do you want to see him get more involved in this offense?
I would love to see him get more involved. He actually was one of my standout guys during training camp this year. I think he's actually really great on making some of those catches for Dak. So I think they need to connect a little bit. We got to put him in for offense this week.
Well, you heard her. Get Jalen Tolbert more involved. Mike McCarthy, we would love to see that. But listen, we'll be right back here on Cowboys Flashback. Don't go anywhere. We'll be breaking down this offense, this defense, and special teams. We'll be right back.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, it's heartbreaking. I can't lie to you. Like, obviously not the result we wanted. Felt like, we were right on the cusp of, pulling through the way we needed to. But it's just, it's the little things. It's the details that just are really important when it comes down to crunch time like that. But we'll be back. We'll be better.
You heard Tyler Smith. They will be back. This one will sting, though, for a little bit. The Cowboys falling short in Lincoln Financial Field, making it now all 5 of the last losses have come from road games. But we've now hit the midway point of the season. Still a lot of ball left to play. But if you're looking to play the blame game, don't think about pointing it at QB1. Prescott was 29 of 44 for 374 yards with no interceptions. Dak utilized his legs to extend plays, utilized his legs to move the chains, and even under a lot of pressure, he did what was needed to do to keep the Cowboys in this game. He's still that guy in Philly. He now has 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in Lincoln Financial Field. A few other highs from Sunday's game. Jake Ferguson's now the 5th tight end in Cowboys history with 5 receiving touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Another big day, of course, from CeeDee Lamb, racking up his 3rd game with 10 or more receptions. It's the most by any Cowboys player in the first 4 seasons of their career. He had a career high 191 yards. It's the 5th most receiving yards by any NFL receiver in a game this season. Jalen Tolbert was big time. His first career touchdown put the Cowboys within 5, and you saw Michael Gallup make plays when he needed to as well. But it came down to the little things. Luke Schoonmaker's knee was ruled down short of the end zone. An illegal formation penalty was called against Chuma Edoga, wiped a touchdown by Tony Pollard off the board. Dak Prescott not shying away from owning this team's mistakes.
Yeah, you said it. It's a game of inches. That's why you got to love this game. It's tough. It's tough to win. We fought our asses off. Obviously, they did. Great NFC's matchup. They came out with it tonight. But as you just said, an inch or two on one of those 3 plays, and we could be talking about a different outcome. So, but they got this one. Sucks. We're gonna take it. We're gonna move forward and use the fight, use a lot of the success. A lot of good things came out of this game despite the loss. On the road, division game, great opponent they are, success that they've had in their environment. As I said, it sucks in the moment, but a lot of good we can take from this and use as we keep going.
It's hard, I mean, especially in a game like this, but again, you know, short-term memory, and we did make up for it after, but yeah, it's just kind of forgetting about it, honestly, in a game like this.
And assessing this defense, the pros, well, the secondary contained A.J. Brown, who went into the game with an NFL record of 6 games with over 125 yards receiving to just 66 yards. They held Devontae Smith to 51 and Dallas Goedert to 50. The Cowboys remain the only team in the NFC to not allow a single receiver to go over 100 yards. The cons, though, this defense as a whole gave up 28 points. The Eagles had 3 fumbles, recovering all of them. A Cowboys team that's built on takeaways, leading the league in takeaways, struggled in that area. But when it mattered most, the unit put on the clampers, finished with 3 straight 3-and-outs, and the Cowboys held the high-flying Eagles to less than 300 yards. DeAndre Swift was Philadelphia's leading rusher with just 43. Again, no moral victories, but this unit has taken away a few lessons in this loss.
The margin of penalties and errors is so slim. I mean, we step out on the goal line, knee hits the ground before the goal line. Crucial penalties on drives that, you know, we should have got off the field. It's a hard league to win in, and when you kind of beat yourselves on certain things and other factors don't help, it really hurts. So, I mean, we could take away the game that there was a chance we could have won. Either way you look at it, was a close game. It was 50-50 toss-up. We had a chance to win there at the end, but we didn't. So we got to get back to the drawing board and get ready for next week.
It's tough. I mean, not really, because I hate losing. It sucks, you know. I just hate losing. So we just got to just go back to the drawing board and go from there.
Frustrations from this defense, having to play the refs as well, but this defense had their moments, just not enough to win, but special teams held it down. Brandon Aubrey broke the NFL record of made field goals to start a career. He's now 19 of 19 in made field goal attempts. But when we come back, George Teague joins us to break down some plays. You don't want to miss it. Stick with us.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
The battle became a game of inches, and one the Cowboys ended up on the losing side, 28-23, the final out in Philly. Welcome into Cowboys Flashback. I'm Nicole, joined by Cowboys legend George Teague here to break down some plays for us. Now, this Cowboys team ended up just shy away from winning this game. You saw some execution here or there, just a little bit more, and this Cowboys team could win that game. What did you see as far as Dak Prescott utilizing his legs and finding CD? What did you like from that?
I actually like the attitude that was brought, the aggressive attitude. Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott decided, man, we're going to go up there and try to win this game. And so I just love the progression. We always talk about the process. The process is really in place for us to have success for the remainder of the year. Yeah,
most definitely moving in the right direction. This Cowboys team isn't letting this loss derail them, but just go ahead and just take things away. What did you see from Dak Prescott here in this play early in the second quarter?
So speaking of aggression, I think what you need to see is that this is the 3rd and 14 play that I want to start with, and I thought it's excellent because we didn't sit back and just say we're going to run the ball, try to let Aubrey kick a long field goal or something of that nature. Yeah. We wanted to go for it. So our quarterback here, right, check him out. He has to worry about the rush that is coming from those big front 7 guys up there. So as it progresses and we get ready to go, what I want you to see is him being able to escape, stepping up and out, okay? That's very important for this because he has to keep his eyes as he is avoiding this rush of one of their best pass rushers, Reddick, get out of the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, hit a 20-yard strike to who? CeeDee Lamb gets both feet in. move the chains, we end up going down, making a big score a little bit later.
Yeah, you love CD. He actually mentioned last week that his identity is yak yardage. And then Terrence Steele, though, he got beat by Reddick on that block. You want to see more from him. But moving on to this next play, you had Jake Ferguson, who obviously had a touchdown in that game yesterday. What'd you like from him?
Yeah, this is not a completion that I want to show, but it's the creativity in the plays. This is 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, right? 1 running back. They're all on one side. What do you typically think when you see 13 personnel? Run the ball. But no. This concept we call here is a Y stick. So first you're going to get motion by the outside guy. Then you're going to get a quick out by him. Then this is what's key. Up and out, but then he changes direction and goes up. So you run this play when you have defenses that are very, very aggressive. So you see Fergie, he runs out, sticks it, put the foot in the ground, turn up, which forces the defender to hold him, which if he doesn't hold him, that might end up being 6.
But listen, I kind of want to touch on this play because you saw, can we run that play back real quick? You see Tony Pollard open in the hook, though. So I would have liked Dak Prescott maybe to see a little bit more of him on the field, and then he could have picked up those extra yardage. What did you like from that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think this is part of the mindset that I think Dak has. Yes, you can take those, but I think the mindset was let's just go be aggressive and try to make it happen. You see it later in the game, too, where Mike McCarthy was calling some shots that maybe we didn't need to take, but it was always, let's go get it, let's go get it.
They're finally being who they want to be. That's being aggressive. But as far as this defense, of course, one of the keys was to get off the field on 3rd down, especially in 3rd and long situations. What'd you like from Marquee Bell? We saw him really play lights out last night.
He's still stepping up, man, and still doing his things. And, you know, there's all the talk about what Rashaan Evans is going to do. Is he going to come and bump him and all this kind of stuff? But this guy's just making plays because he's very athletic, right? So where is he? This is him right here. You need to check him. He might go off the screen for a minute, but then you need to watch him, Goddard, right, who ends up getting hurt a little bit later on. But he's running a route, go across the field like this. And if you watch it, you'll see our guy being very smart and taking him, right? This is a 3rd down play, 3rd and 9, right? You're always hearing about the tush push, 3rd and 1, they're trying to get off. So now we got him in a long yardage situation. You got good pressure to get him out. He has no choice but to throw it away. But stop it right here, stop it right here, stop it right here. You need to look at another guy, all right? He's sitting, he's sitting right there, okay? Right there where our quarterback actually makes a one-handed grab with the tablet in his left hand, and he kind of gives him a look like, yeah, what's up now? What's up now? Great play by Dak, even on defense.
Maybe we should line him up at receiver, maybe. You know, a little bit. No. Just keep it simple, keep it simple. All right, well, thank you so much, George. We're here to wrap things up right here on Cowboys Flashback right after the break. Stick with us.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
Run our own race. Run our race. Obviously, you know, we've got a goal in winning this division, being the best team in the NFC East and in the NFC. And then obviously we know that pushes to playoff position and all that. But at the end of the day, we've got to run our own race.
Y'all heard him right. Dak Prescott with a motto for his team heading into this next stretch of the season. Let's go ahead and look at the NFC right now. The Philadelphia Eagles now hold the best record, 8-1. In the NFC East, they take a stronghold of first place of the division, putting the Cowboys 2.5 games behind them. Just a few plays left off the board in Lincoln Financial Field. The Cowboys drowning in penalties on both sides of the ball in the second half, a few hiccups in the offensive line, and missed opportunities when they presented themselves. A learning experience, though, for the Dallas Cowboys, but a huge leap from the loss to the 49ers in Week 5. So where does this Cowboys stand now? The Cowboys team, there's 9 games left. The real highlight of this stretch, the 2 games against the Washington Commanders on Thanksgiving Day and the first weekend in January. A team that gave the Eagles a run for their money, coming close to beating them in overtime. And in early December, the boys have another clash with the Eagles here in AT&T Stadium. But for now, it's all about cleaning up the little things. The Cowboys have a chance to get back in the win column this Sunday against the New York Giants in AT&T Stadium. A 2-7 team sitting at the bottom of the NFC East, and they will be without quarterback Daniel Jones for a torn ACL. Reports say the tight end Darren Waller could possibly miss that game with a hamstring injury. We'll see if the boys can get it done again at home. But for now, that's a wrap for Cowboys Flashback. We'll see you next week.